How's it going? This is Hoiman, and this week has been pretty busy, I feel. So, first off, I guess at the start of the week, I did talk to my mum again about me possibly moving out. So, I mentioned me about moving out quite a few videos ago now. And basically, I definitely realized that I'm not at a stage where I'm ready or prepared to be completely independent. Like, because of my disabilities and stuff, I still do need to rely on my mum. But I feel that I think it's best to kind of prepare myself now early on and learn the skills to be independent sooner than later, rather than wait until I do have to be on my own, because I know sadly my mom's not going to always be with me, so I just feel it's more wiser to kind of learn these skills early on. And the first time I brought this issue to my mum got a little bit upset, but this time I feel that she was more willing to listen to my reasons. And I think overall this conversation did go a lot better. It was still rough at some parts, but I think it was a bit better than the first time. But overall, the conclusion that we got out of it was that she's willing to help me. Like, if I do move out, she's willing to help pay for some stuff and support me. But she did say that the most important thing to do before any of that is to basically have some sort of income. And that basically means just finding a job. And for pretty much all of my life so far, I've not really ever worked, just because I just know that I'm not able to keep a stable job in terms of like a mainstream job. But I do feel that, rather than just fully giving up and saying that I can't do it, I have kind of been trying to alter my mindset and say to myself, maybe I can't do the job. Maybe I'm not able to manage doing a job, but I won't know unless I try. So I'm adding on that bit. And I know realistically, because of my mental health and disability, it is going to limit on what sort of jobs I can do. And also, I don't really have any work experience in pretty much any area. So if I do find a job, I will at least need some training and learn the ropes on how to perform that job. And like I said before, I know realistically I'm not able to do proper full-time mainstream sort of jobs. So I feel that I'm only able to do the more simple jobs for like people with disabilities and stuff like that. So I did actually call up Jobcentre basically to try and book an appointment, but then they said I need to claim for universal credit. So I had to call up, been speaking to one of the staff and signed up, and now I signed up, told them pretty much all the information that I know, had help with it, explained that I'm on benefits, I have poor concentration, I can't drive, just stuff like that. And then I did all that yesterday, and then today I got an email to say that I have an appointment for the Jobcentre next week. So yeah, I'm going to have to explain to them my disabilities, what I'm able and not able to do, and yeah, just gotta wait and see how the appointment goes. So I am definitely nervous and scared because I've never really done something like this before, and actually going to looking for a job, although it's very minor for a lot of people, it's actually quite a big step for me, because this is kind of like the proper start of me trying to be more independent and try to have a bit more of a quote unquote normal life, I suppose. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I am nervous for this appointment, but it's just something that you have to do in life, I guess, especially if you want to find a job and stuff. So yeah, hopefully it does go well, and hopefully they're able to come to an understanding and agreement of my situation and condition, and then hopefully they can find a job that's suitable for me that I'm able to achieve. But as well as that, we also had our new boiler installed this week, and it was quite a long process, to be honest. This has been going on for like 4 months, and I never really talked about it just because I don't know, I guess it's just a bit too, not personal, but just kind of, yeah, I don't really know why I never talked about it. But basically, to conclude it all, we had someone visit us from a company about 4 months ago, and he started asking, he said because I'm on benefits and stuff, we can apply for a free boiler to upgrade. And then, long story short, basically he ended up, like, I had a lot of suspicions about the person because a lot of things he didn't seem right, or felt, or came across as unprofessional. And then, long story short, basically I was beginning to think that maybe he was like a con man, or like trying to gain information for like malicious intent. And then another person came from the same company asking that they can install a free boiler, and that was like the final straw for me. It's like, no way would a company send another person to the same address to have a new boiler installed. That doesn't make sense. So I spoke to that person, and then they've pretty much sorted it all out with the potential con man from before. So got all our info back, and then they finally installed the new boiler, and it was a pretty big job. Like, the boiler we used to have was just really, really old. It was like, I think it was like a boiler from the 60s or something. So the people had a difficult time removing it and then putting in a new boiler, changing out all the pipes, and it was just a really big mess in our house because so much stuff had to be moved around and shuffled, and it was just a very busy and messy 2 days. But now it's finally done, and the house is finally, for the first time I feel, it finally feels warm to be in this house. Like, I'm still wearing like some layers, but not as much as I was before. Like, I used to be wearing gloves and a jumper underneath and stuff like that. But yeah, it's finally good to have a home that's warm for the first time in this house anyway. So that was busy. And then, yeah, because of that, of all these things, I've tried to work on my book, tried to work on some drawings, but obviously with all these things going on, it made it a bit difficult to work on them. And yeah, had to do Christmas shopping as well. But yeah, it's just been quite a busy week. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of big things going on for me. But yeah, I guess just wait for the appointment and hopefully it goes well next week. And like I said, I am nervous for it, but I think that's probably natural, especially if it's something that I've not done before or is a big step. So even though I haven't got the job or sent an appointment or anything, I do kind of feel proud of myself this past few days because I'm kind of taking steps on my own to kind of grow and be more independent. Like my mum didn't push me to do any of this. It was all from my own self. So I definitely feel proud of myself for making these first steps, and then hopefully I can be proud of myself when I do go on to achieve other things like having an actual job and then maybe moving out later down the road. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on this week. In terms of my mood, I'd say it's been a bit I'd say I've been having quite a lot of mood swings, but that's just because I don't know if I mentioned it before, but when I went to Hong Kong, I forgot to take enough of my medication. So I basically had to ration it out throughout the 2 weeks, and that is really not recommended for antidepressants because that can just unbalance everything. So I've definitely been still feeling the mood swings even though I'm back in the UK and taking the regular doses of medication. But it's just that these types of medications take a while to take effect, so I'm still feeling the mood swings. So sometimes I'm feeling quite sad, sometimes I'm feeling quite joyful, sometimes I just feel confused, or sometimes I'm just feeling like I can suddenly have a lot of motivation and then the next second just no motivation at all. So it's just been everywhere in terms of my mood. And then with all this stuff going on as well, that affects it. So I'm just kind of a bit all over the place in my head at the moment. But yeah, hopefully the rest of the week will be a bit more relaxed, and then I can slowly prepare myself and hope that the appointment goes well next week. And I'll be sure to talk about an update how it goes in my next weekly video. So I guess that's pretty much it for this week, so hopefully I'll see you next Saturday. That's it for this video. My name is Hoiman, and please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And remember, always look forward, keep hope alive, and remember, you're somebody.